Salawudeen, we're expecting you to come up last 3 hours. Due to his transit all over the world. He's already quarantined for not only COVID-19, also Omicron. So I want to seek the indulgence of our listener participants that I will be standing in on this behalf to express my own mind and opinion on the topic. However, we can still drop questions for him so that he can attend to them later this. So I hope I'm welcome on board. I'll be sharing my slide and I hope I will not stay too long on this. So, alright. So without further ado, I'm on slide 3. Slide number 3, I want to appreciate the effort of the Laucrid for putting up this beautiful and wonderful efforts so that more people will succeed and then the general wind will come to the university. So we say thank you, sir, Professor. We equally appreciate the effort of the Vice Chancellor for giving us the enabling environment. My apology already tendered. I'll be standing in so that this event will be fruitful. I wish to let the Laucrid know that this event is good and we hope it can be coming up often and often. For sure, this is the first phase and then the second phase will also be needed. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope we can all start now. Let's begin. Kudos to the previous speaker for what he has done. I appreciate that. He has done good justice to the topic given to him. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah. So, for us, this is Laucrid. For most of us that are joining within the university and outside the university, we see that Laucrid has already offered a lot of inputs and impacts. The first thing is the special assistant on the documentation of our NRF concept notes, which the timetable was already drawn out for us all to see. So they asked us to submit our concept notes. They asked us to after that, we're going to receive some comments, which is a very rare opportunity in some university. And to cap it off, they still put in place a webinar of this nature to further enlighten and enhancement of our work. And I know, for what I know, the director for sure is going to do the necessary follow-up, monitoring, is going to give us update. Anyway, we know he's going to give us the necessary backup. We look up to him, and hopefully that will happen. Well, critical three critical proposal funding skills. So the three critical funding skills they include selling the idea, funding the research, showing the results, and all these are coined in the three engine gears. That is the salesmanship, the showmanship, and then the craftsmanship. So we are at the state of the craftsmanship now, when we want to write and get form. So, but our idea should be a wonderful one, just like the earlier speaker said. And then after that, we should be able to bring out meaningful results for the examination of our documents. If the result is not well targeted, for sure we cannot win. So I hope we'll be able to catch up with those ones. Then the usual shortfalls accrue to submission of a concept note or research clinics that most of the time it's always failure to match our goals with the founders' goals too. And oftentimes, just like earlier speaker said, that too much complex detail and then stressing your past achievement more than necessary in the work. For sure, we know that past achievement creates credibility, but notwithstanding, they should be limited according to some of the experienced presenters. And then the procedural irregularities, and promising too much. The earlier speaker said that limiting our objective to 5 and lesser than that is healthy, rather than putting 10 objectives, just to get 50 million. Don't kill yourself, he has advised. So, all right, focus on the Tetfund, which is our own concept. Okay, so which is our concern, our NRF. For the NRF, the Tetfund targets so many things, from training to physical development, and then staff development, and the rest like that. But we will narrow our discussion today on the grant. So, which is the NRF? So that is the focus of today's discussion. Like I said, the Laucrid will also come to assist us on the institutional-based research and the rest. Now, the specificity of the area of NRF, this is divided into 3. You have the humanity and social science, you have the science, technology, and the innovation, then you have the cross-cutting. So under this, they now have subdivisions, which catches more or less everybody. So under the humanity, we have about 11 subdivisions, which I'm not going to stress. It's already in the document forwarded to our views by the Laucrid. Then we're also looking at the case of the science, technology, and innovation, which has to do with those in sciences, physical sciences, engineering, and the rest. Then the cross-cutting, more or less addressing the social and the hard science, where it's a sense. Okay, so. Looking at the model for the procedure under the NRF. So there's going to be a call from the secretariat, at Abuja, the Tetfund secretariat will be a call. After that, the next thing is to submit our proposal, and then after that, there was going to be preliminary screening. That will go on until Abuja. So, for now, we are on these 3 steps. All other steps will be followed subsequently. Because from step 4 to the last step, that will be from Abuja, then back to the selected or the winners of the concept note. So here now, we've received a call from the secretariat. We're working on accepted that. So the next thing we are working on is the submission of the proposal and how this will be done successfully. So that our preliminary screening will be very, very successful. Okay. Now, just a look at the previous sources for us to know how we can put things together better. The 2020 grant set, we will see the number of submission, the number of full proposal assessed. The number of full proposal assessed, that was for the science, engineering, technology, that was 354, and number of full proposal recommended for proposal defense was 132, and out of that, 118 was awarded, granted. And we will see for other one, the humanitarian, then the cross-cutting too. Strikingly, when we look at the yellow bars, it shows that less than half of all the submissions were accepted for the next stage. So which shows that this effort is competitive and nobody should leave any stone unturned so as not to meet up. We hope the thing will be widened this time around, but it shows a high level of competitiveness. Now, features of the concept notes. The previous speaker stressed some things about this, so don't let me go too much into them. But we should all take notes. It follows like that, and then areas where we are not so conversant with, we need to know. For example, the area of the research question. Those of us in science and technology, we are not too good in setting up our research questions, but those in social sciences, they know how to do that. So we may network with those ones there and ask them, how do you do it? So that we'll be able to set our research questions. But to help us out is that when you have an objective, you just turn the objective and ask a question based on that objective, and that will tell you what the research question is. So you can go on. So likely that the number of objectives that you have is going to be the number of research questions. Though you may have more research questions than your objective. You may, but definitely to each objective there must be a question. So please take note of that. It's likely a kind of weakness on our part in science and technology. Okay. All right. So another challenging part to us in science and technology is what is called the theoretical framework. We hardly know how to put the theoretical framework in place, but I'm quite conversant that people in environmental, faculty of environmental, particularly LAUTECHOFFICIAL and key fine art and so on, they have a slight concept of how to put theoretical framework in place. So we can also negotiate and interact with people in social sciences and arts, they know, because when they are putting up their own research, PhD research, they must work on this theoretical framework. A little bit of it is also being handled in both science and engineering. They also do things like that. So we may interact so that weaknesses will not come from those points. All other ones are things we've been doing in science and engineering, and we should be able to do. So my earlier speaker already spent some time on those ones and stressed the references. And if you can put one or two of your work there, that is better. And don't overflog it. Don't just put all your reference work there. Might not be too correct. Okay. So what do NRF? What are the things they look for? They want to the score point for NRF. So the importance is the relevance. It must be relevant at least to all those thematic areas and the sub-thematic areas. It must be relevant. You cannot be discussing. So we want you to state exactly where do you belong. So you tell us your thematic area, you tell us where you belong, and we want it to be. Just like it's saying. Now, you may have a work on environmental that may be slashed into two for agriculture as well as water treatment. So you should know exactly what your focus is. So if the water treatment is for reuse, you may take it purely for environmental. But if the water treatment is the treatment of the agricultural wastewater use, then you may stay under agriculture. So those are the things. So they want to see the mastery of the subject matter, identification of the research problem, and the rest like that, just like I said. And then the budget justification. Okay? And there are major reasons why some of these proposals are rejected. You see them. Research focus too broad, or more or less on focus. They can really not narrow it down to what are you really doing here. You want to treat wastewater, you want to produce elevated carbon, you want to sell the water, you want the water to meet one of the SDGs. Then just let's know exactly which of them is your selling point. So if you are addressing one of the SDGs, let's know that is your selling point. Okay. Just like earlier speaker said too, at times there's going to be this connection between the title and the content. So, however, just advise that our title should be that inviting at least. If you want to buy any products, the product matters. So, and then it goes on like that. There will be body written executive summary, and then the objectives are not stated. Like I have a lot I don't want to go or switch, so have access to the slide, you can check. Another important thing that weakens the submission is the weak research team just like he said, it might just be top loaded, full of all the professors, and then nobody to run on errands. Or just a professor and some other young chaps that upcoming researchers that just we know quite alright that when the research fund comes around, they will never be able to talk. They will never be able to express themselves and say, sir, when are we going to commence the research? It's rather that please don't disturb the professor. And another interesting thing, of course, the earlier speaker advised that we should be able to exhaust the budget. So quite interesting. 5% of whatever we budgeted for this institution. So when we now have our budget, please I want us to take note of this. When we now have our budget, we now rank our budget as 95%. 95%. Then after that, we look for the 100%. So that will show the gap of the 5% for us to add to it. So, for example, now if our total budget is 40 million, so it then means that 5% of 40 million, which is 100, deducted for the stated our word count is going to be 1,500 words. So it could be less, but it should not be more. So it's a summary. Now, step one down. What are the activities? So when you click in to the website, the Tetfund Nrf concept notes 2021, then it leads to this. So by tomorrow, thereabout, there's going to be opening of the site. So you access it as nrf.tetfund.gov.ng. So when you do that, then you go to the call. So when you call, then this page will pop up, and then you can now register. Particularly the principal investigator must register. However, co-researchers can also register, and then you register as co-researcher, and then you can see your work being submitted by your principal investigator. But for now, we want the principal investigator to create an account. And let me put it across here that those who are the principal investigators should start to register as soon as possible. Never mind that you are not submitting, you've not completed your work, but go and register, because towards the end, it's always a rush hour. So the traffic will be too heavy unless you have to use like that of the institutional or you use LAN. If you are still using your service provider from MTN or other providers like that, might not be too strong. So you have to just look for where it is very strong so that you can enjoy it. Okay, so this will pop up for you. Then you could see that. Okay, so you enter your email, then you have your password. So if you're a new principal investigator, you register new so that you now have an account. So the next thing that this page will now pop up for you. So you now fill in all the required field as or select from the list of the options available where the event has. So you select your title, is it professor, is it doctor, you enter your surname, your first name, your other names. So all the information here is set. If any of them is not okay, then it will not really accept you. That please note, I said again, that please use your university mail address, please. I don't know, it's not that others will not be acceptable, but for this, then another interesting thing, I'm going to point out one in the future, is that you may be on Google Chrome for your background rather than just using Explorer and the rest like that. Some of them do have challenges because since their website is based on Gmail facilities. So after this, you fill this, then you can now click
submit and go to the next one. So what are the things that are essentially required out of you in that one? Is your title, surname, first name, other name, your phone number, your gender, date of birth. Then you see the way the date of birth is being put there. It's going to be month, day, and then year. Then your rank. So please select your current rank from the job list, e.g., you're a professor, you put it there, and then the institution type. So for the institution type, of course, you select university if you are from university. And if it's from Polytechnic, you can click on Polytechnic or any other forms of institution you are. And then it goes on like that you have to list your highest qualification, your email address, then you build your password. Please take note of this password now. So the password must contain at least special character, and it must have 18 to 15 character in length. So please take note of that. So if you are building a new password for this, it's better you write it somewhere and keep it. Of course, when you forget your password, you can still reclaim it, but it's better you. So you can now click on submit, and then so after this, a confirmation link will now be sent to your email address. So you now go to your email address to see your confirmation, then you can continue. But if there's no confirmation, you may not be able to go further. So I need to let you know that please note that multiple registrations are not allowed. You can only register once as a principal investigator. So if you have multiple submissions to do, then you give the opportunity to other professors in your team. So that does not mean you are not the one in charge, but for submission, please, you can only do one and not more than one. Okay. So then the next thing, now your account has been created, then you can now go for account verification. So you verify the link that has been sent to your mail, particularly the PI. However, you may register for your PI and then develop a password just to have his or email address. Then you do that, then you can now continue. So it's not a must that it is the PI or the professor that should just do it. The most active and then the most versatile with the internet can do that and submit on behalf as soon as possible. So you check the verification link, then you can now verify your account and move to the next stage. Oh, oops. So sometimes you're going to have challenges that no, this site is blocked, you cannot proceed, and some other thing. Like we said, since some of the Google Mail users may encounter warning of this nature, the thing is just that ignore, then you just click proceed, then you move to. So some of you will not encounter this, but most of us last year we encountered this now. We're advised to. I think the website has been upgraded. That's why you can have it now like this. Okay. So then the next thing, where you click proceed, your account verification was successful. So you can now log in and then continue. So all your credentials, you can now continue now. So I would say congratulations to you. So you are now ready to start your application. So if you've not reached this stage, you're still not doing anything. So, okay. So we move on now. So you can now put in your email address like we have there. Then your password, you put it there. You now sign in fresh. You now sign in fresh. So you now start the submission process when you click on the sign in. So like we said, maybe because of the distance of time and anything mix up with your password, it does happen. You may need to verify your password again. You click forget, then another one will be sent to your email. Then you start all over. It's a very simple thing, but we are just saying that don't make mistake. If you register today, you can come back to the website and submit in next few days. It's still okay. So let's march on with the concept notes now. How do we do it? So when you do that, after the submission, you verify your account, you'll be taken to a new page where you now see from the left corner of the draw out there. So you can see the dashboard. So under the dashboard, there are a lot of menus under the dashboard. You have the concept notes, you have the full proposal, you have the budget, you have profile, you have all of that things there. So for now, you can only access up to the concept note. So you click on the concept note, then the concept note application form will come on board. So you start filling it. So what is the title? You put in the concept note title. I think generally it's been advised that the title should not be more than 20 words. So please take note of that. So you enter all your categories, all the fields are compulsory. So you cannot leave anything. In fact, if you want to go to the next stage, it will not allow. If your budget is not ready now, you still want to fill it, you still have to put value there. If you can put 1 naira there so that you can go to the next page. If you leave everything on field, you will move to the next page. Of course, the system allows you to prepare your concept note offline. That's one thing, so that when you are ready, you can now hook onto the net, then you do that. So the next stage, that will be page 1 now. Once you are done with page 1, once you are done with page 1, you now press next so that you can go to next page. Then you fill accordingly. Our advice is that no error, please. So the corrected concept note, maybe just copy and paste there. Copy and paste there. Don't try to type anything, so that in the process of transcribing, it's quoted or anything. This might not underline some errors for you. And once you submit it, you cannot retract it. So the concept note that has been corrected, and you make sure you put dates there. If you just have concept note, you might not know the latest one, because after this, Laucrid is going to send you the reviewed one. So you're going to have 2 documents with you on your desk, on your system. So you may not know which one is. So it's better that when you now have that of the Laucrid, you now say, okay, concept notes, Laucrid. After that, you attend to all the corrections and observations from the Laucrid. Then you can now say final. Okay, when you still say final, you still put dates there, so that you now know, okay, final 23rd of or 23. December and the rest like that. So you always know the updated document so that you can put the correct thing. So error will be the simplest thing they can just use to knock you out. That is not tenable with all your effort. So after that, you're on page 2. You can now, like I said, copy and paste. You now see the opportunity given to you on those pages, the boxes given to you, they are more or less small. So all you need to do is just go to the corner and drag it. And you drag it just like normally you have on the PowerPoint pages. Once you drag the corner, it will give you more space to enter anything you want to put in. So that makes it easier for you. Okay, so I think that's what we could say there. Like we said, avoid error as much as possible. Okay, so that ends page 3. So you'll be on the submit page now. For sure, we said earlier on that if you submit, you may not be able to retract it. So the best for you is to see check, okay, so that you can preview your concept note by clicking the previous, then the preview button, okay? So when you click the preview button, it's going to show you everything you've done in the past. So kindly review your concept notes before clicking on the submit button, as you will not be able to go back to edit after submission, okay? And then the note of warning is that the concept note should not be more than 1,500 words. The website has been set to that. If it's 1,501 words, it will not take it from you. Okay, so now you are now on the review, so you can see everything that you've done. So you go back to page 1, you see you view concept notes. When you now view concept notes, you will see everything you've done. So areas where you need correction, you need to. Please don't close your eyes on the budget. We say again, we've been advised to exhaust it as much as possible. So starting from 45 million to 50 million, we are not too young to spend 50 million on research. We are not too young. Even if we have 500 million, we'll do so. Okay. So please navigate through all the content of your submitted concept note. You can go next, previous, next, and check and be sure. And then if you still need somebody to assist, then you can just call on somebody to assist to that. Okay. So I want to say, after this now, what is next? You just say, okay, I'm through. Then you click submit, right? So after clicking submission, then the next available button for you on that website is for you to just full proposal. When you click on the full proposal, it will not allow you to go. It won't allow you to go at all. So what do you do next? So not yet for full proposal. After some days, I'm going to tell you things that you are going to do. So let's see. Yes, and what next? So I just want to tell the PI to breathe in and breathe out. It's not easy. It's not easy. There's going to be pressure on you, sleepless nights. Might be real PI, and it might be the working PI, you know, all the PIs. So the official PI, the non-official PI, whatsoever you are, I know. They said it's concept note of 150 words, but I know you've spent more than 150,000 calories. I know you spent more than 150,000 hours on it. It's not an easy thing. So whosoever 1,500. So whosoever is leading the team or the horse driving the whole chariot of the team, to just breathe in and out and then relax. Then I wish immediately after submission that the successful submission by whosoever is doing that for the team. I want the team to have a shout out to one another. Just call out one another with submitted. Just give yourself thumb up, okay? And when you see yourself physically, pat one another, and then, and I bet you, it's worth cooking for, it's worth fantering for, it's worth five living for. You know, just sit down, all of you. Submitting a proposal is not an easy job. I've worked with great people submitting. I knew what it takes. Okay, another beautiful thing we want is that you keep your records. Now, the corrected submitted document, please keep it. We wish that you can send one to the Laucrid too for safekeep. Don't forget, when you go back to the slide, I've already teased our director that is going to give us backup. You know what it means, Abuja backup and every other thing. So always call on the director. But anytime you are walking by, let's make our Laucrid Center a resource center and say, Prof, you're just around to say hello to you. When last did you go to Abuja? Don't ask him about your concept. No, just tell him, when last did you go to Abuja? And he's going to tell you a good story. We are working on it. Okay. And then another beautiful thing is that during the effort, please keep sweet memory. Keep sweet memory. Some people will work tirelessly. Please try to keep sweet memory of doing more research, you know, networking with one another beyond just the concept note. I've seen some research group that have been invited to, and I find some people wonderful there. Oh, that I should have networked with these people in the past, and okay. Just like one of my Oga says that I hope we'll be very lucky this time around. And I look at her and say, yes, ma, I hope we'll be very lucky this time around. But are you praying? So, ladies and gentlemen, pray, and let's hope that luck will shine our way. The fact that our concept note was not accepted does not mean that we are failure. I need to let you know that those that have been brought to the university to give us talk under Laucrid, the likes of Professor from Futa and the rest like that. And the likes. They let us know that. So they let us know the fact that if the funds available could not go around, they will only rank the selection based on how we do for admission in the university. So even if somebody is having 60 points, another person is having 59 points, and the fund could reach that one like cutoff, that's the person they're going to select. And all of you may be having 80 points, 80 something points. But if the available fund for your own thematic area is just 100 million, so what would they do? So they will select maybe for 3, for 4, to go with it. So we are not failure if it doesn't work. We can try some other places. So what do you do once in a while? Like every week, you just go to this NRF website and check. Don't stay long there, just check. Once you see the word pending, close it immediately. NRF will never tell you rejected. They will just put pending, pending. So it could be pending. Then you now hear some people saying, but we've moved to the next level. So pending. So once you now see that it's no longer pending, please rush to the full proposal. And we pray that the Laucrid will also help us when that stage comes, so that we can have another successful webinar to showcase like this. As usual, for those that have been attending my own talks, I always give out a multimedia, and I don't know, maybe I can share this multimedia with everybody if it works. They come. It might not. Okay. So sorry, but when we have the access to it, then it will come on board. So is it coming there? Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, I think this is the little I've been able to put together to make go for us to go step by step, so that we won't miss anything and then we'll be successful. We hope to see one another and then give a shout out to Concept Notes, a very successful number in LAUTECH and our research team too. So kindly bear with me. I have some other addendum that will be useful in the future in the slide that will be made available. I wish to appreciate the effort of everybody for taking your time to listen, and then the management as well as the authority of the Laucrid for also giving us opportunity to share with you. So thank you very much for having me on board. Thank you.